I just wanted to do a quick tutorial with this fun world map stamp. What I've done is taken a card base and just use a little washi tape to tape it down to my work surface because I'm going to be sponging and it might move around a little bit. I'm using some large-ish Post-it notes to mask off some stripes on my card base. And what I'm doing is just using the grid paper to help me get a straight line because, as you know, I'm straight line impaired. So every little bit helps. And I'm going to tear the second piece of the Post-it note in half so I can continue masking at the bottom. I don't know what we did as stampers before Post-it notes, really. Actually, I'm not sure I was even alive before Post-it notes, so I don't know what I'm saying, but I definitely cannot stamp without them. So now I have a nice clean stripe to work with. You want to make sure that the Post-it notes really are truly straight, especially because I'm going to be outlining this section. So if you get it a little bit off, it really does matter. So try to, channel your OCD here. And also make sure they're really adhered down. I'm going to take a Stampin' Sponge and cut it into quarters. I only have about 30 million of these that I use for a million projects. And the first color that I'm going to use is Bermuda Bay, and I'm just going to sponge around my mask. I do find that sponging in a circular motion works the best. Then I'm going to take a Prismacolor art pen, a .03, and I'm just going to go along the edge of the Post-it note and give myself a little border. And then I'm going to take the World Map stamp, inked up in black. I'm going to try to do it straight, but as you can already see, that's not working out because that is not how I roll. But what's great about this project is it absolutely doesn't matter. It's just an abstract element in the background of the card. So you can see how that looks, and it's beautiful. I love map images in general. I'm going to pull the masks off, and you can see how crispy and clean that looks. I just love it. I think it needs a little more color though, so I'm going to go ahead and repeat this process. Again, lining up on the grid lines, I'm going to move over 2 grid squares. And this one already held together, so I can line it up at top and bottom to make sure it's straight. Make sure that's pressed all the way down. You really do need the sticky part to be fully adhered down to the card because that will allow you not to get any ink leakage underneath. I'm just going to do a quick check and see how many grid squares I used on the last stripe. It's been a couple minutes, so I forgot everything. But it was 3 squares. That makes it easy to do this second stripe. And then I'm going to take another quarter of my sponge and I'm going to use some Daffodil Delight to make my second stripe. And once again, outline my frame with the Prismacolor pen. Sometimes it's hard at the bottom to get that exactly right, so I go over it again. Then once again, the map stamp. And with these bigger background stamps, sometimes you think that you're really putting your back into it and being all tough and strong. But then you pick it up and, oh my God, what happened? So you try it again and then you're sad. This is the thing about masking, is you need a little extra pressure. I was not standing up when I did this, so I didn't have the right pressure at the edges, but seriously what's beautiful about this image is it really doesn't matter. So you can stamp it several times and then actually what really helps the most is going back in where I get that little halo at the edges. I can take the edge of that stamp and press in there and pick up a little bit of the already inked image on the left. I probably just didn't ink it all that great the second time because it worked perfectly the first time. But no card is ever wasted. You always get a second chance. So now what I need to do, I'm going to make this a horizontal card. I usually do vertical cards, so this is a little bit of a departure for me. So I need to swap this around on my grid paper. And I love the washi tape because it doesn't pull off the surface of my card. I'm going to switch it around and line it up on my grid paper. Again, in an effort to overcome my crooked brain. And then, luckily, I actually have this stamp mounted somewhat straight, so I can sort of trust the wood block to help me line it up. And just stamp that. And there you have a nice, quick, masculine world map card. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching.